come through effectively. And the idea, the mental image that we had of the pivot was of a basketball player that could effectively maneuver back and forth and would have sort of command over a spatial area that was broad, again was lost. It had the perception of turning away. And you don't get do-overs, but you have to acknowledge, if you want to be effective in policymaking, where you fell down. I will say that the hope was not to suggest that this was different than Republicans, that it was a continuity largely, because basically everything that we've done in Asia has generally been bipartisan. I don't know what bipartisan is going to mean anymore, but basically there is very little difference, even though we've all served in different ways in terms of our overall positions. And I do agree very much with Elizabeth. I do think it is a statement of purpose and a recognition of the future. And though imperfect, it has to be manifested if we're going to be effective more generally. So let me just say to pivot off that point to your question.
LeBron has to save TPP.
Yeah, to your general question. So if you believe that one of the key aspects of sort of where America is going is a degree of economic revival, I think probably all of us would agree the most important thing that we can do over time is to increase our exports of goods and services. And the United States as an economy has really never needed to export. This is really the first time in our history that this becomes a manifest importance. And we have the fastest rising middle classes. The largest amount of disposable income in the world is in Asia. And so this dynamic over time is going to be essential. Now, I'm not going to rehearse for you know what the candidates have said. And you have seen very clearly the positions that Secretary Clinton and her team have taken. I would say that there is nevertheless an undeniable critical commercial component of an effective strategy in Asia, and that's just undeniable. The real risk of our Asia strategy is that it becomes unidimensional, and so the part we have a U.S. government with one agency of our government that is on steroids, our military, and the rest of our government is essentially on life support. And so the key will be a multifaceted approach that will involve a strong security component, working with allies, working constructively with China, a commercial dynamic that is about not shipping U.S. jobs, but U.S. exports and services to Asia, a commitment to building institutions, to multilateralism, bringing other partners into Asia, like Europe, working closely with Europe, and a general recognition that it's going to take not one, but several administrations, Republican and Democrat, to make sure that this is a stable and secure pathway ahead.
So.